What is up, you guys? As you can see, we have a new package. This is from Find by Tool. What's inside of this package is a saw blade. Now, if you know anything about saw blades, these things get really expensive for a good one. You can go get a cheap one and it doesn't last very long at all. This might be a good alternative to saw blades and being able to save a little money. So we're going to open this up and we're going to compare it to the name brand like DeWalt and a few other ones that I have. We're going to try this out. We're going to use it for a little bit. We're going to cut some wood with it. We're going to cut some of the hardest wood that I have. And yeah, we'll go from there. But first things first, let's open this package up and see what it looks like. We got our trusty dusty little Milwaukee here. Now we'll see the real packaging here. Oh yeah, man, that looks nice. Wow, okay. So you can see this is a 10-inch 60 tooth. That's what I specifically wanted because that's what I use most of the time, is my chop saw. You can see this is from Find by Tool. I highly suggest you go check them out. They don't just sell saw blades, they sell a lot of different stuff. But this was sent to me from Find by Tool. It ain't paid or nothing. They just sent me this to try it out and give my honest opinion on it. So that's what we're going to do. So right off the bat, I'm really liking this packaging. I like the saw blade. It looks really nice, guys. I like that orange-red color. So you can see right here, it says industrial, anti-vibration design, max RPM 6,000. So long last cutting. You can see down here it shows the teeth on there. Longer life than standard woodworking saw blades. Super sharp carbide tips for smooth, precise cutting. Laser cut stabilizer vents for high precision and stable cut, but also reduce noise. Non-stick coating for better protection. For better protect the blade. So yeah, that's really cool because a lot of the woods that I cut, the teeth get gunked up really bad, and that's one thing that kind of dulls your teeth over time is the gunk that gets stuck on the teeth. You can just pull this open, which I really like because I like to keep the packaging, and then sometimes I'll put the blade back in when I have to swap blades, because sometimes I swap my blades out for different blades like finer tooth or different tooth blades, stuff like that. So it comes with this nice little rubber thing around it just to keep it from cutting the packaging and whatnot. God, this thing is sharp, guys. Right off the bat, I can already tell you this thing feels sharper than the other blades I've been buying. This thing is going to cut like butter. Oh my God, man. I cannot believe how sharp that is. Let's see if I can get a close-up of these teeth. So you can see, these are really nice carbide teeth right there. I really, really like that. And they look a lot cleaner than some of the other blades I've been buying. And they're so sharp. So sharp. So we're going to take this out to the shop, and we're going to be trying this out against other blades. We're going to compare it against other blades, and I'm going to show you the differences, show you what I like about this, what I like about the other blade, and what I don't like about this. But so far, I can already tell you, I don't have any cons about this blade. It is super sharp, guys. You really got to watch holding this thing. If you buy one of these, I suggest keeping this little rubber thing on, until you get ready to put it on the saw, because it is super sharp. It is super sharp. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the shop, and we'll be trying this out next time you see me. We are in the shop, as you can see. So I'm going to take this back out which I gotta really watch it because the thing is sharp. But I have one of the other blades that I use here. So this is a DeWalt blade. I used to buy these all the time, but I really don't like them. They're expensive for one thing, and they just do not last long at all. This one is just dull. It is so dull. These DeWalts do not last long at all. I do not buy these anymore. This one here is so much nicer, guys. So much nicer. But another one that I'm using currently on my saw is the Diablo. So I'm going to pull that one off right now on my saw. I'll show you guys just to show you that it is on my saw. That is the one I use now, the Diablo. I think this one might be a 60 tooth as well. Yep. That's what I always use majority of the time, is a 60 tooth. So we're going to take this one off and we're going to do a better comparison because it's actually a 60 tooth. So let me get that one off and then we'll compare it to this guy here. Alright, so I got the Diablo blade off here, and as you can see, the teeth look relatively about the same. Put them up here side by side, and you can see the teeth are almost the same. Now you can see the fine by tool, the carbide tips are a little bit bigger. Obviously this one's been used a little bit, but they haven't been wore down that much. And you can see these are a little bit bigger, so I am liking that. And you can see how the gunk sticks on the teeth. That's what kind of makes your blades go dull over time, or make it feel like they're dull. So this one, they said, has a feature to keep it from sticking. You can see this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it has these little question mark slots. Those are the stabilizers. You can see the Diablo has them all the way around, and these are just at certain points. But this one performs really good. This one I really like. You can see they have the non-stick as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to try this one out. So we're going to go ahead, stick it on the tool, and we'll show you guys how it works and how it, or not how it works, but how it's cutting. So, and like I say, we are going to compare it with the Diablo, because that's the one I personally use all the time. Just to show you guys, I do go through a lot of saw blades. So here is one of the Irwin blades. It's inside of the Hercules thing right now, but that is an Irwin blade. That's a 12-inch blade there. Here is another one that is another Irwin. Those are, they're okay, but they do wear out pretty quick. And right here is quite a few. This ain't even all of them, but right here is a relatively new Irwin. That's a cobalt blade. I don't recommend those at all. But you can see there is a stack of blades. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blades right there. That's just right there. That's rigid. There's Craftsman. Let's see. There's Craftsman. There's I forgot what brand that was, but this is one of those fast ripping blades. Another Craftsman. The Craftsmans are actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This is a 60 tooth Craftsman. I use this one for quite a bit, and the teeth are still relatively sharp. Now I put this one through a lot more than I did that over there. So you can see right there, the teeth on this Craftsman is a lot smaller than the teeth on that one. So they give you a lot more meat on that fine by tool. So I really like that. So you can see I've got a stack down here as well. And what I showed you hanging on the wall and this ain't even nothing. I mean, I still have so many more. There's another Diablo down in there. You can see this one, it's the same as that one there, the fine finishing blade. Now this one, you can tell it's been used a lot, and the blades on it, they're pretty dull. I mean, some of them sharp, like this one's sharp, that one's dull. So we're going to compare those two, because I'm sure a lot of you guys use the Diablo or probably DeWalt. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pop this blade on there. I'm not going to show you that because, you know, we all know how to put a blade on a saw. But I'll be back once we get it on there. Alright, so I have some wormy oak here. This is some really hard wood. It's nice and dense, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a cut with this, and we'll see how she does. Wow. So that is a nice, smooth, shiny cut there. I'll show you guys this piece. That is the end we just cut. That is a nice, smooth cut. That's like rubbing your finger across a piece of granite. You can see there's hardly any burrs. There's hardly any burrs, just right there on that edge. And the way that went down into that wood, it was just like cutting butter, literally. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. Cut another good chunk off. Perfect. You can see that is just so smooth. I really love the way that is way smoother, and I can tell the saw's actually quieter with this blade. So I don't know if it's to do with their anti-vibration things or the way the blade, but I can tell it's a lot quieter and it's just smoother cutting. You can tell the vibration is down, which is odd because the Diablo had more of these little vibration things that was laser cut, and this one only has 1, 2, 3. It only has 4, I think, on there. So that's really interesting. Let's see what else wood we can find real quick. Alright, so I have this piece of treated wood here. This is just a scrap piece, but this is treated. We're going to cut this and we'll see, because if you know about treated wood, it's gunky, plus this is pine, so it's going to have more sap, and the treated stuff in there is going to be gunking the blade up. So we're going to cut into this and we're going to see how it sticks to the blade. So let's go ahead and give it a few cuts. So smooth. That is so smooth. Let's go ahead and do a few cuts, and we'll see how gunked up it gets after a couple cuts. My table here, I have one of those mobile stands where you can put your saw on it, and it's kind of wobbly, so you can see I'm just barely touching it, but that's not the saw vibration. That's just from me, you know, pushing down on the... I want to get a new stand. This one's really old and rusty, so if you know of a good chop saw stand, let me know. Let's go ahead and keep cutting some of this. So I'm going to try to cut a really thin piece. Perfect. You can see it just kind of slides it just a little bit. And that is super thin there. And I mean, it is so smooth. You wouldn't even have to sand that. That is how smooth that is. It's just so smooth. So you can see here I have a different piece of wood. This is I think it's some type of oak. So this is the piece that was cutting it first. You can see it has this is like a wormy oak. And this one has like bark inclusions in it. It's really, really pretty wood when you finish it. But the only thing bad about using this is it's really, really tough wood. When you plane it, it bogs the planer down pretty good, just like that wormy oak. But this is a little bit worse. So we're going to try to cut this, and we'll see how it works. Couldn't even tell a difference in cutting it. I didn't feel any difference in it. And you can see that wood, it has that bark. It's like the bark grows inside of the wood. It's really interesting wood. But that right there is a smooth cut. So smooth. So far, really, really nice. Let's cut this other knot right here. It's a little bit more solid. Nice, 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 nice. Look at that cut. That is a smooth cut right there, I tell you. So far, I'm really, really liking this blade. Oh, and I have another piece of wood here that we're going to try. This one. This is a piece of treated 2x4. This is a lot fresher. This is just a couple days old from Lowe's, so it's got a lot more moisture and sap and all that crap in it. This is treated. So let's go ahead and chop down into this. I'm going to go straight into that knot, just because. You cut it so smooth. That cut, I mean, once it just goes down in it, it just goes. I mean, I haven't got any kickback. Sometimes I get a little bit of like jumpiness in the Diablo blade, and I don't get that. And there's no saw marks at all with this one. Now I'm going to put the Diablo back in, and we're going to do some comparison cuts. I'm marking all these pieces of wood that I'm chopping here. But you can see that is just such a smooth cut. Alright, so we're going to go in the same order. You can see I have the Diablo back on the saw. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go in the same order of wood. This is the first one I cut. This is the wormy oak. So let's go ahead and make a few cuts. Get a little test pieces here. I can most definitely feel the resistance in this Diablo blade. The cut is smooth, but there's like a little bit of like roughness to it. It's nowhere near like the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and get a few, just so we ain't going by one cut. I can definitely feel the difference, guys. Alright, so we're going to move on to the fresh pressure treated 2x4. I can definitely feel the difference in it when cutting down and moving. I can most definitely feel it in my hand. Now, this is not going to be the final test. I am going to test that blade over a period of time. This is just like a part 1 to this. Now, I'm going to be making another part of this video in a few months after I run this blade to its maximum potential, because I want to give it its full capability of what I've been doing with this one, because that one I'll at least get a few months out of my blades, and that's what I'm going to do with this one. We're going to run it and we're going to see how good it runs over that period of time, and then I'll make a update video and I'll show you guys what the difference is from this day until the day that I make this part 2. let's go ahead and move over to the table. Alright, you guys, so we are back here on the table. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you these pieces of wood first. There's a little spider, look at him. He likes the blade too. Alright, so I'm going to show you some of the cutoffs of the new blade here first. So, here is a few of those cuts. Right here is the thin one. Let's start with it. So, move my light up here so you can see that cut is really nice. It's smooth all the way down. There's a little bit of burring here, or not really burring, but roughness. But for the most part, this is really, really nice. And you can see the edges are all perfect. Now, here is the Diablo one. Now, I went ahead and cut off two of these thin pieces. Now, here was the first one, and you can see I got some tear out here, but you can definitely tell how much rougher the Diablo is. This is the Diablo, this is the new Find by tool. I'll flip them over and show you. Now you can see the difference right there. Find by tool, Diablo. So here is some thicker cut ones. Let's see, yeah, those are the same. Let's see, yeah, Find by tool, Diablo. So you can see on these as well. That one is a lot rougher. You can feel it and you can see it. You see you have a little bit of roughness here, but that's mainly because of the grain, the way the grain is. And obviously that's the way the grain is here, but you get that all the way across the piece of wood with that blade. But you can see the difference, obviously. Just right off the bat you can see the difference. So that is that. Now here is the 2x4 cuts. This is the Find by tool one. This is the Diablo one. Now you can see same thing. We're getting the same exact thing. These are both pine woods that I'm showing you with the thin pieces, and then these here. But you can still see the Diablo. The Diablo here has that rough feeling to it and look, and the Find by tool one does not. It's a lot smoother. It is so smooth. You can see both sides are the same with the Diablo one. Here is the oak that I wanted to show you. You can see here, this is the Diablo, this is the Find by tool one. And you can see here on the edge you have more tear out with the Diablo, and with this one you don't get that. Now, I've used Diablo blades for a long time now, and even when they're new I still get that little bit of roughness to it, and I also get some of that tear out there. You know, obviously that's not going to make a big difference if you're sanding your wood, but you know, the better cut you can get, the less work. And if you're doing trim work inside of a house, this blade would be perfect. And most 60 tooth blades are not going to do that type of work. This blade is putting off a fine finish work, which is ridiculous. I love it. I love this blade. You can see how smooth that wood is. This is a hard wood. You can just see the difference. I wish you guys could reach through the camera and just feel it. This is rough and this is so smooth. That's like rubbing your finger over a piece of granite. And this is like some fine sandpaper. Yeah, that's really the only thing I can show you guys. Like I say, there is going to be a part 2 to this video, and I'm going to be running this blade through its pace. I'm going to give it everything it's got. Like I say, here in the shop, we cut a lot of different wood. As you can see, there's a big old pile of wood, and on the outside of the building, there is a huge pile of wood. I mean, and it's all different kinds of wood, and so I'm always cutting all kinds of different species: hardwood, softwood, sappy wood, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to really put this through its paces. So stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to give it a couple months, I guess, and then I'm going to do the final video on this. But I'm going to go ahead and release this video so you guys can see what it looks like at the very beginning. Packaging, I really like the packaging. I like the way the blade looks. I don't have any cons. The only thing I don't see, and it might be a problem for you guys, let me double check before I say it, but yeah, so most blades have that little knockout thing. I think some of the older saws have that, but it has that little piece that you can knock out, or there's a tool where you can stick it in there and pop it out. But this blade does not have that, so that might be, I mean, that's kind of a con. I don't have to have it, but some of you guys might have to have one of those blades that have that, and this does not. So keep that in mind. That's really the only thing that I can say, about it. So I'll go ahead and tell you, the Diablo does not have that knockout piece as well, but I'll show you. You can see a little bit of that cut there. It's like I don't know what kind of shape that is, but you can see this piece you can knock out, and it's for a certain saw or something. I don't know. I have never used it. I don't have anything that takes that. Mine is just a regular hole. But as you can see, the Diablo does not have that as well. It's probably not going to matter to you because they don't have it either. So it's not a con for me, but it could be for you guys. So I just wanted to point that out. I highly suggest this blade right here. Highly, highly suggest it. Go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to go check it out on their website. I appreciate you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. That really helps. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and if you ever decide you don't want to stick around, you can always unsubscribe. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video. It really helps. Huge shout out to Find by Tool. Sorry the video took a little long. I've just had a lot going on here recently, but I've been really anxious to try this out, and I'm so glad that I got to try it out. Hopefully I can try stuff out in the future from you guys, some of your other stuff. Huge shout out. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll see everybody on the next video. Make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of this, because I will be doing an update video and telling you guys how well this has performed over the period of time from the beginning of this video till part 2. So yeah, leave a like on the video, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios. So I really encourage you guys to go check out their website and go buy something from them and just try it for yourself. Go buy this blade and try it for yourself. I really want you guys to try it, and you will see what the difference, I'm telling you.